Hello and welcome back to Saber Outdoors. My name, of course, is Mark Alexander, your wonderful host. And guys, today we're kind of going back to our roots, back to what we used to do. Guys, used to on the channel, I would review hatchets, I would review axes, I would review bladed items. And guys, I've kind of gotten away from that because, well, it was really convenient to go, bloop, 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 boom. But I kind of want to go back to my roots, so I picked up a brand new hatchet that I had never used before, never heard of the brand or nothing. We're using the Beaver Bushcraft axe. See right there, it says Bushcraft axe. And right there, there's our thing. Beaver Tools is the ones that make these. There, right there is their stuff if you want to do a little bit of the bee-boop on it. But guys, let's open it up and see what we got. Now, I obviously know what we got, but let's get it out here. All right, guys, I'm gonna put, this is a little bit of a windy day. I'm gonna take a moment and put this cardboard up so it's not over in the next county. Moving on memento while I do that. All right, guys, so here is our hatchet for the day. Guys, it is a very interesting setup. Beavercraft, I will admit, you sent me a belt loop that I could take off. I will be taking this off because this belt loop for this big heavy thing, I ain't got a belt big enough to keep it up and my pants both. So guys, we're gonna take the belt loop and we're gonna put it in the truck. But very nice belt loop. You know, it's got rivets at each major connection. You don't have to worry about this ruining. That is a very nice thing from Beaver Tools. What am I doing? But I'm gonna put it in the truck, just kind of give it the old heave-ho, and let's give a look at our hatchet itself. Now, they say this is a bushcraft hatchet, and I can definitely tell it's short. Big, nice handle though on it. I had a choice of two over at Griffin's Liquidations. By the way, hope you enjoy that free plug. But I was over there and I was like, I want one of these, but I want the one with the big chunky handle because I like to be able to get really good purchase on my hatchets. Very well hung head. You know, you can see wooden and steel done, and it looks really good. Now let's see what that edge looks like. Good sheath. By the way, this is one of my major pet peeves with a lot of hatchet companies. A lot of companies that make hatchets, they don't give you a sheath of any kind, or they give you the most worthless, useless looking little rubbery thing that just barely fits over the edge. That's not something that's good. This is a really good sheath, good leather curved sheath with good button on it. Now, I wish that it was riveted a little bit there, but that's a minor problem in the scope of, I actually have one of these. So guys, let's get a look at our main thing, the hatchet itself. So, like I said, it's a shorter handle, but very chunky, very good big handle that I can get two hands on if I really need to do like a boom, deep chop. I shouldn't, but also it feels good to chunk up on if I want to do some kind of bushcraft work. But how's that edge? Serviceable, but not amazing. Now, I will say the casting on this is not very smooth. Now, that probably will not affect it, but it is something that is noticeable. We do have a nice big squared off face on the back end of the axe, and I believe that would make good work for tent pegs or things like that. But guys, let's actually start testing this instead of just talking about it. All right, guys, so I've got me a piece of wood here, and we're gonna do just like we used to. Now, I'm gonna take my hatchet, I'm gonna strike this 10 times, because usually when you would get to a campsite, this is the first thing you would do. You would either be using this to bushcraft your stuff or for firewood. You know, you can do either one, but we're gonna give it 10 strikes and see how this is. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, it did pretty good. Did pretty good. You can see it went most of the way through and broke through on that very last strike. Guys, serviceable edge will do good things. You don't have to have a hair-popping edge to do work with a hatchet. But guys, let's move on to our next test, see what we can get into. All right guys, so we have us a very, very, very dry piece of wood here. Let's see how this will split this. This is probably on the upper end of what I would want to try to do with this. And if I overstrike on it, I'm gonna break my hand. So I'm gonna try not to do that. I'm gonna set it as far away from myself as I can, and I'm going to try to do this and not hurt myself. But let's, ooh, very, very hard strike. Let's turn it over. Let's see what we, uno momento, she fell off. Thought she was stuck a little bit better than that. All right, let's try again. Deeper in there, doing a good job splitting so far. I mean, this is so hard of wood. Can I even... No, I can't break that apart. I thought I could. I thought I was gonna Captain America this thing, but yeah, it's just kind of busting out the side. So let's turn it this way and see what we can do with it now. Okay, so this is not an amazing chopper. It's got a short handle, but as you plainly saw, it will do the job, even with a little bit of a knot right there. It did the job just fine. You could split wood with this if you wanted, or you could shape that wood, which will be probably our next test. All right guys, let's see how this is. We're gonna just try and make a point on this stick and see how our Beaver Craft Bushcraft Hatchet will do for us. Now, this is what it says it's supposed to be for, is bushcraft stuff. I could need a point for any number of reasons, but let's see how she carves this point. Breaks the wood. Not bad. And it feels really good and controlled in my hand. Let's knock that off. Okay, got her knocked off. Let's do it again. Not bad. Not bad. I will say that is definitely, it feels good in the hand. I don't feel like it's gonna run away from me, but does pretty good for the purpose that it's meant for. Guys, let's do one more test and see how it does doing feather sticks. All right guys, let's see how she does making a few feather sticks. Does a beautiful job, actually. Beautiful job. And this is, again, this is straight out of the box. I did not sharpen this. It would make finer, more beautiful feather sticks if I had taken a little time to sharpen this particular hatchet. But guys, I think that's plenty enough. Let's talk about this. All right guys, so the hatchet, let's talk about it. So for chopping, I'm gonna say the same thing over and over again. With this stock edge, chopping, it does pretty good, but would do better with a better edge. I got through the piece of wood, but if I needed a more precise cut, this edge, as it comes from the box, is not fine enough to cut instead of break. That's a big difference between a sharp edge and a meh edge. Which this is a meh edge. You know, I don't feel like I'm going to cut myself to run my fingers over that edge. But guys, it did get through the limb that I was working on. So if I'm doing firewood, I don't really need a super like beautiful cut for firewood. This would serve well for firewood. Now splitting, I had it splitting an exceptionally dry, hard piece of wood. And yes, it did do the job, but with this short handle, I don't have the confidence that I would in some other hatchets, that I'm not going to come down and make a miss hit and break my knuckles. It just, something about this, the way it hits me, I don't feel comfortable chopping or splitting wood with this particular hatchet. But you all saw, yes, it will do the job. Now, as far as the more bushcrafty test, it did a phenomenally nice job. Quickly swipe, turn the stick, swipe, turn the stick, swipe, turn the stick in making the point onto a stick. It did a great job. It would do a better job with a better edge. I said I would say it a lot. There it is again. But it was still a very good tool for that. And the feather sticks, I was exceptionally impressed with doing the feather sticks, because sometimes hatchets with a stock edge, or a factory edge if you would like to call it, they don't do well with feather sticks. This hatchet did great with feather sticks. Really enjoyed doing the feather sticks with this, because I didn't have to like I didn't have to force the feather sticks to happen. I had to do a little bit, but not like sit there and just violin on it trying to make feather sticks happen. Guys, the feather sticks actually were really good with this. This would be a good tool for feather sticks, and even better, sharp. Now, I do want to comment on this profile. This, I don't know the exact right term for it. I'm functional, not professional. So this style of hatchet, I do not like this style of hatchet with this short of handle. I wish this was on about that much more handle, because then I would feel more comfortable overall with this style of hatchet. When I went to bed it in to make the feather sticks, it was difficult, because even at this angle, it's not wanting to really bed in that well, not unless I get a mallet or hammer or something or other to hit it in. I got it in, but not very, very good. But I think that's plenty of talk about our Beaver Bushcraft Hatchet. What do you all think of it? Put down in the comments. I think this with a little bit better edge would be a fun bushcrafting tool, but I would probably pick something else if I were just gonna go camping. This is not a super great camping hatchet, but I think it would be a fun bushcraft hatchet. And with all those things said, I guess I'm gonna go ahead and end the video off. Thank you so very much for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, comment, hit the bell notification. Please buy the merch. The merch is not that much. Link down in the description. And subscribe, guys, because we're trying to grow the channel. Every one of you that subscribes grows the channel, and you have no idea how much it makes me smile when I get on there and I look and I'm like, yeah, I got another one. Growing the group. But guys, I just want to thank you so very much for those of you that have watched this long. Thank you again, guys. We'll see you somewhere in the woods or on the water.